How is Emmanuel Macron's visit being perceived where you are?
Well, of course, France is very popular here in Lebanon. There's a long-running history of a relationship between the two. And recently, the tensions have been over the fact that, of course, the French government is not coordinating with the Lebanese government in the way that politicians here want them to. But the Lebanese people, many of them, are happy about that. They feel that international money should not be going to this government. Many people who've been protesting for the last 9 months who say that this government will not spend it on the things that people actually need. And of course, the French government famously have been saying that unless reforms are imposed, they're not going to give any money. The situation now, of course, is very different. We're no longer talking about aid money to try and help the country develop. We're talking about disaster relief, and that's very different. That's very urgent. And so yesterday, when Emmanuel Macron tweeted, he said his first issue about coming to Lebanon was that he was coming here to meet with the people and to give them a show of solidarity. And as an afterthought, he said, and we will take stock of the situation with the political authorities, very clearly separating those two and saying his first thought is the Lebanese people. The moment his plane landed today, as he tweeted out, Lebanon is not alone. So very clearly coming here to commune with people. And people do feel that the international community is coming to their aid, and they're very grateful for it.
But Leila, Emmanuel Macron is meeting with the very people the Lebanese people have lost faith in.
Well, this is the difficulty. As I say, French authorities have been quite vocal about the fact that they're not happy about the way that this government is operating. Promises that were made by Hassan Diab's government in January about reforms they would bring in within 6 months. Nothing has been done there. And of course, the Foreign Minister, Le Drian, a couple of weeks ago said, please do something. Help us so we can help us to help you by doing something, putting in these reforms. So, of course, they don't feel that they're a very functional government. But at the same time, the problem is, who else do they work with? The reality is this is the government that's here. These are the authorities that are here. They're in charge of what limited resources Lebanon does have. So, of course, international partners coming in do need to work with them. The concern immediately at the moment is about disaster relief. So coming directly behind Monsieur Macron is a relief plane bringing help for search and rescue and also medical relief. There have been other field hospitals sent by people around the world. Right now, it's about trying to find people under the rubble and save lives. So everyone can just really work together on that. But after that, the issue will be with humanitarian aid, with money that's being given for rebuilding. And that's when the political question will really come in of whether this government are the right people to give that to. Certainly, many Lebanese people would say they're not, and they will misuse that money.
Leila, talk us through what is happening on the ground in Beirut, because, a lot of people have seen images on social media of ordinary folks cleaning the streets, getting things back on track. Where's the government in all of this?
Well, the government is obviously trying to help in whatever way they can. They do, fund money towards some of these organizations, but many of the organizations here are completely volunteer-run. All the ambulances that were working through the night, the first night working through the day yesterday and last night, they're run by the Lebanese Red Cross, which is an entirely volunteer-run organization, desperately overburdened, helped a little bit by the civil defense, who are also volunteers. And then, of course, hospitals here have been completely overwhelmed. One thing that is happening is that the health minister said that anybody injured in this accident, their care would be paid for. And so in many hospitals around Beirut, people coming in with injuries were not having to pay for their care, which of course is a great concern because many people here don't have health insurance and there isn't government health care. So that's been a big help to a lot of people, and people feel that at least is something that the government is providing. But in terms of everything else, it's simply at the moment, as I say, a real focus on search and rescue. The main priority is that area down by the port, trying to see if anyone more can be saved nearly 2 days after this accident now. Last night, amazing scenes. A man was found after 30 hours floating in the sea, still alive. A little girl found underneath rubble, dug out as well. So there's still hope, particularly with this help coming in from the international community, that some more lives may be saved. But hundreds and hundreds of people still missing and many families desperate.
Leila, thank you very much for that update. Leila Molana-Allen reporting there from Beirut.